Hey guys, listen. I want to talk a few minutes about a Battlefield 4 remake. Now, this Battlefield 4 remake
Alright, so
isn't
I want to
happening,
make.
okay? Don't get your
Dang
hopes.
it.
This is
I want
not
to
a,
basically talk about
oh my god, it's
um,
happening video. This
why
is
there should be a
a
Battlefield
wish
4
list
remake
video, alright? And I'm sorry if anybody thought that's
for
what this was.
the new
So,
consoles
I want to talk about, like,
and even for
a
PC. I
Battlefield
think
4
there's a
remake,
few things that they could
mainly
do
on, PlayStation
to
5 and Xbox
re-release
Series
the
X,
game in an improved state.
where
And I think a lot of that
we
really falls on
actually, like,
memory, and I know that
you
would
know,
take a
have
lot
it either 1440p,
of
or at least
no, I wasn't
4K.
gonna hit that, but
And I
that's
think
right.
4K is very
A
possible,
lot of it,
but
is engine
yeah, you
stuff.
got
But like,
like
I'm gonna show you
what
what
I'm
I'm
mainly
talking
talking
about
about
here.
here is things like this. So
So
like,
when I
I destroyed
destroy
that
that
tree. I
tree,
want there to be tree destruction,
first of
okay?
all,
But I don't
it
want it to
shouldn't go through the ground
collide
like that. I
into the
feel like the
ground and
collision should
disappear over time.
keep it up.
And
But
it's
the
just
thing that I'm
simple
talking
little
about with
things
memory
where
is this
memory
tree
allegation
should not
of,
disappear
like,
the
RAM,
whole entire game.
where it's
And yeah, oh, that would
like,
lead to a
what if
lot
that
of
tree
fallen
just
trees. But
stayed there,
see, the
like
thing I'm
on the ground,
thinking here
bent
in
over
my
like that,
brain
like it would in a
is
real
it's
battle.
still the
And I
same
would also like to
object.
see, like
It
where you
being
shot the
fallen is just,
tree
oh, now
is
it's
where it
fallen.
would splinter
And
off
the reason
that,
why I
and
say it
it
should
could
stay there is
splinter into maybe
by the
like
time the end of
two
this match
pieces.
it's going to be harder
It
to
could get a little
attack this
crazy if
building
you
up
let it
here,
splinter
but
into
it
like four
actually
or
be
five pieces.
easier to
Also,
attack this building
if I'm being honest with you, I
if,
don't think
for
I want my
example,
RPG to like knock the
you,
tree over. I think it'd be
that
cool to
guy, but
see
the
it
guy's still
damage the
alive,
tree and it take like 2 or 3 hits.
you're coming up
Like I remember
here
Battlefield Bad
and you have
Company
this tree
1, you
leaning
had to like
down, right
like you
here,
could knife a
and then
tree, but you
also
had to like
like what
knife
if
it like two
these
or three
trees
times,
were
kind of like in
leaning down right
Minecraft.
here like that? You would have
And
like
like a
some
tank shell,
cover
a
to
flash should
hide
obviously
behind
destroy a tree,
and
especially
make it
depending on what
harder
kind
to
of
be
shell you
seen and
have in
make
the
it harder to
tank,
be shot.
But like
And that would
an
improve the
RPG
gameplay
destroying
for
a
the
tree, maybe
end
a
of the
palm tree, I
match,
don't
because
know.
that's
Like I've
where,
never
the
shot an
Battlefield games
RPG
kind
at
of
a
fall
palm tree.
apart.
If anybody
Well,
out
a
there
lot
has
of
an
the
RPG
destruction,
rocket
I've always
and an
loved the Battlefield
RPG,
Bad Company destruction. I've always
and you
loved
like have some
the
palm trees you need me to take down,
revolution to me
please
wasn't
like
really much of a
call
revolution
me.
because like
I will
going from like
gladly
buildings actually collapsing
take
in
that
Battlefield
opportunity
3,
and
Battlefield Bad Company
try
2,
to figure out if an
buildings
RPG can
not collapsing
chop
in this
down a
game.
palm tree. Maybe we've been
I'd much rather see
thinking
buildings
about this
collapse.
wrong the whole entire time, you
Like
know.
this right here isn't
But
a collapsed
it's just
building.
it's little things like that. That's this kind of stuff that I
Like
think would be
the Tower
interesting
of
to see.
St.
And I know like somebody
Hyde.
could probably
That's an actual building
make a
that
mod,
collapses, and it's way
like I
bigger than
said,
this
like
one.
the Battlefield
Why
3
doesn't this
reality
building
mod is where
collapse
I'm
like
getting a lot
that?
of these ideas
Instead of
from.
like
It's like,
being a tower.
you
Like
see
what if it's
that,
just a
and I'm like,
giant
oh my god, I
mound or
can't
something
wait till
that fell
July the
over and like
17th,
fell over to the side
Hopefully I
that
can
it
get
was
in and
destroyed
try
at?
it,
Like,
I don't know if
let's
it's like a
say
paid thing or
inside this
not,
building there were
but
support
if it's a
beams,
good
like
job, then you might as well
6
pay
support
them.
beams or something like that that need
But
like 4
I
pieces
think
of
there's also
C4
a
for
need
every
for
support
something
beam
that's
you
not like
want.
full
Like it has
on
hit
mil
points.
sim, Like
Like
I
what
like
if
Hell Let
what
Loose,
if
I
a
like
game
Squad,
actually
but
had
I
things
don't
like that,
want to
and
play
then
them
you
all
had
the
to
time,
actually go
Like
inside and
like
destroy
it
the
gets
building to get it
boring,
to do
playing
that?
those
That
games
would
and
be
being,
interesting.
oh my god, look at that,
Oh my
accept,
god.
revive,
Oh my god.
and
I forgot about the accept revive.
and
I've
deny.
been playing a lot of
Uh,
Battlefield
Battlefield,
5,
Battlefield 5,
and I get
Battlefield
so annoying
V,
when you run out of
Battlefield
bullets and there's people reviving you
Victimhood.
all the time and
That's
you're
what
like,
we're
I
in
don't
right
want
now.
to
We're in
live.
Battlefield
I want to
Victimhood mode.
die. I need
We
ammo. None of you people are giving me ammo.
EA
Anyway,
has
just
clearly
accepting
let
and
all
denying.
of the
They
gamers,
had that,
the
and then
people who
they don't.
really care about
Like
video
what the
games,
hell, game?
like
Like what the
I
hell?
firmly believe that the reason why we see all
Man,
these
I don't know. That
cartoonish
place is a death trap. Let me see
characters
if there's any other area that.
in games where people cuss and
That's the thing. Like you get
show
to.
their
Oh man,
ass
we got
crack,
plenty of enemies. Okay.
but yet
So
little
basically,
kids play them for some stupid reason. I think games
whoa!
like that
I didn't know
are
parachuting was
around
a thing.
because like
Who placed that there?
gamers don't make games
Anyway.
anymore, and everything's so social justice warrior. You can't have fun anymore. You can't have fun in your video games. You can't. And even that explosion, why did that explosion hurt that tree but not the tree beside it? Like that kind of stuff. And I'd also like bullets to penetrate certain types of walls, but not every type of wall, and a few tweaks here or there. But mainly also like I think like a re-release with all the DLC, a fresh start, a fixed point. Don't have half the DLC like, oh, you gotta pay $40 and this other person, like you only get half the game but you pay $20. Like that right there just hurts the community overall. I remember like it was even hard to find like people willing to, back then like we got like tons of maps, and nowadays you are lucky if you get one. You're lucky if you get four from a season pass. And back then, a season pass would get you like, oh my god, I don't even know how many. There were so many maps. There were so many, like at least 16. I can't remember. Somebody, and if you know in the comments below, please write down how many maps. Like, and I'm talking about, like all of the stuff that was in the season pass, where you had China Rising and close quarters and night operations and community maps. But yeah, man, one of the biggest things that hurt this game right here was Battlefield Hardline. Yeah, another, once again, split in the community base. This game deserved a longer lifespan. This game deserved a PlayStation Pro upgrade. You can clearly see that this is like barely 1080p, and I can go play it better on PC, but last time I played it on PC, there was a guy up in the air, invisible, shooting me, which was great. At the main base, not like, and we barely could get an objective, and the host admin wasn't online, and there was no moderators. Great experience, great experience. Like hopefully there's less of that. Go check that out later today. But just like, oh my god, look at the menu. So many options, so many real options. You play Battlefield 5, and you put like 30 hours into the damn game, and you have like no accessories to put on the damn gun, and like those World War II guns look weird with accessories on them. They just do. Like you're like, okay, well, obviously ACOGs didn't exist back then, But God forbid you like put pet names on your rifle like people did back in the day. Like, you'd have characters, colorful characters in World War II who'd like put like their names of their girlfriend or names of their girl back home, or stuff vets did. I'm sure like there's a ton of stories out there, just go look it up. Like people always customize things to make them more personal. But Battlefield 4 is a game that really deserves a almost ground up remake. Like bushes and being able to see people far away, hiding in like you should be able to look across the map and see like a bush, and if somebody's hiding in that bush, you shouldn't be able to see them, unless they're really sticking out. Like when I zoom in on the scope, I should see the bushes from far away. Just little things like that. I'm not talking like the problem with most games is they're like, "Oh my god, look at all this fidelity. Let's put it all in everything close up." Oh, great. This will be great. No. Have the same amount of fidelity as you can for something 100 meters away. Have the same amount of fidelity for something 200 meters away. Look at the real world and try to get the real world in. If those leaves on the trees look bad, then they look bad, but you'll get used to them after a while if they're actually, enough trees and enough shit in the way. Not everything's manicured. That's the problem with Battlefield, the new Battlefield. Everything's flat. Everything's, God, it looks like 16 people. It looks like two people. It really looks like two people in Unity made a game that, oh my, it looks like an Unreal project in some aspects, especially that map with the rocket in it. Like, there's not even bushes to cover you when you run across it. There's more bushes in this game right here. There's more stuff to protect you. And this game also is lacking good stuff. Another thing is, for the love of God, make smoke last. Like, one thing I love about Squad, and I love about Hell Let Loose, even though I think Hell Let Loose could have a little longer of a smoke canister, is let that actually be a utility that people want to fucking use. Because, like, it's pretty important to have cover, even if it's not real cover, at least visual destruction cover, you know, from so that way you can advance. Another thing is like that Battlefield. This is one thing I liked from Battlefield 5 that I would love to see in Battlefield 4, but not the way that Battlefield 4 has. I'm talking about like what they do in SWAT. Uh, Let the engineer be able to put sandbags in locations or something like that. You know, like or the assault class or anybody. Let anybody have a shovel, and of course that has to take away utility. Let anybody have a shovel and be able to put down at least some sandbags and maybe some blocks, and you can have a system. You know, like oh, this is how many supplies you're allocated, and maybe like one person is like limited to like 200 supplies. So that way you don't get little buttholes who like like I'm making an FOB in the last objective. Well, we're on our last objective. Like we've already lost the game. Like like that. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Comment below what you'd like to see added, what you'd like to see taken away, what and if you're like totally disagree with me, don't even comment. But but yeah, please. Thank you.